recover from COVID-19 at Jennings, while 3 test positive for coronavirus at VRDL RIMS. Confirmed cases reach 86, active cases 72. India reports 8,535 COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. That toll reaches 5,598. National President of Bharatiya Janata Party, Jagat Prakash Nadda, appoints S. Tikendra as new President of BJP, Manipur Pradesh. And Imphal East Police nabs 3 miscreants for forging Chief Minister's signature in the UO letters for staff selection in Jennings. A very good evening to you all. I'm KANEL SAMBANDURAM presenting you the evening news. Now let's begin our bulletin with the top stories of the day. 3 more have recovered from coronavirus or COVID-19 at Jennings, while another 3 returnees have tested positive for coronavirus at VRDL RIMS. Confirmed COVID-19 cases in Manipur have reached 86, out of which 14 are recovered cases and 72 are active cases. 3 people from Churachandpur district, including a baby of 1.5 months old, who were undergoing treatment for COVID-19 at Jennings COVID Care Facility, tested negative for coronavirus at VRDL Jennings last night. They have been discharged from the hospital, while samples for a 50-year-old female from Imphal West district who had recently returned from Mumbai, a Delhi returned 26-year-old male from the Thobal district, and 1 Delhi returned female of Imphal East who recently accompanied her husband for treatment in the national capital have tested positive for COVID-19 at VRDL RIMS. Health Department spokespersons said their conditions are stable at present, and the concerned authorities have taken necessary measures like containment and contact tracing. At present, 37 people are undergoing treatment at Jennings and at 35 at RIMS. Inmates at UNACO School Quarantine Center in Maitram have expressed disappointment that they were provided stale food. Inmates have complained that last night's dinner was not only arrived late, but it was stale. They condemned that the caterer turned against them when they complained about it, while staff at the quarantine center could not do more than apprising the same to the authorities concerned, who failed to take appropriate actions. Inmates at the center said they were given some biscuits and a fruity juice for breakfast at around 11 a.m. today.
mayam se dum insang je makhata na soiba yaw ko soup adum semtuoga ano bom thongon han ka dai ga nom torgam thilakani na mayam se ngai na bune dubu adu ona tane badam thongbi thakbi to dum tim lak piraga akoi ga waw se kon be mohta moina non chalaga khoi ta sakon lamaga umi bin jang ma samang tu ulabin jang du kumde har maga saktunaraga ai di masagi maram du kan thono honara maga moi tieng dre makhata ba action je ready ba doctor sin ju responsibility lobi dre yum de pot thila sa sia da ba su problem mayam condition mayam lai bini na kai toro ko hingdu na ha ji kai sigi station lai rabani tin tilem tilaiba pot sida akoi mayam na test tawdana koi service tawra matung mayam da piro matung da chille na ta pumme haibagi mayam si campaign la koi akoi staff machine mukbu si test tawra yeng jare pot si pumme haibagi akoi mayam na loi mak khange catering tawriba service tawriba mi du da akoi na si pot si uchara bani adu moina sigi pot si pumde mathang da gi hayeng da gi akoi service tawba ngamaroi haina si ya po pham ji kan mo pham thammaga sigi inja puriba dr ranjan dabu haining ba hai chalo akoi heng ni service tawra habiam kan mo pham ji kan mali staff moina piriba thilaiba pot si akoi staff machine du sari bani sumaina asum akan mo hai ji hayening ge na.
Two Bangalore returnees reportedly left their quarantined facility in Tamenglong district yesterday to meet with their families. Impact News sources said the inmates escaped the district's Kendra Vidyalaya school's quarantine center and went on a bike to meet their families in Ramgailong village of Tamenglong, Ward number 3. Tamenglong DC has ordered two people who were in close contact with the inmate for home quarantine, and other necessary actions are in place. Banks and shops are being opened from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Moray town, strictly abiding the fresh lockdown guidelines issued by the state government. However, people in the town are facing shortage of essential items. Meanwhile, the personnel of 43rd Assam Rifles are maintaining strict vigilance day and night to prevent entry of people from Myanmar. Moray Police is also keeping a strict vigilance and ensuring that people in the border town follow lockdown guidelines to ward off coronavirus under the supervision of Technopal District Police SP. Confirmed COVID-19 cases in India increased by 8,535 in the last 24 hours. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 1,98,706, out of which 97,581 are active cases. 95,527 people have recovered, and altogether 5,598 patients have died so far. Maharashtra is on the top with 37,543 active cases and 2,362 deaths. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has said that the recovery rate of patients from the COVID-19 infection in India has now gone up to 48.07%, and ICMR said that totaled 128,868 samples of coronavirus were tested in the last 24 hours. Globally, coronavirus has infected 63,89,488 people have succumbed to COVID-19. 24,078 people have recovered so far. United States of America is on top with 18,59,693 confirmed cases and total deaths of 1,06,927 so far. United States of America reported 370 new cases today. India is at 7th place in the world. Indian Airlines Air India Limited will operate 70 flights to evacuate Indians stranded in the US and Canada under the third phase of Mission Vande Bharat between 11th to 30th of June. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, in a tweet late on Monday, announced the same. This move came as the Indian's Aviation Ministry was getting numerous requests to restart international flights. The Vande Bharat mission was started by the Indian government on 7th of May to bring stranded Indians home amid the COVID-19 pandemic from foreign land on a payment basis. It also permits foreign nationals and valid visa holders to book seats on this outbound flight. Meanwhile, on Monday, around 3,800 people were brought back to India from Dubai, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, Muscat, Bahrain, Shalala, Moscow, Kyiv, Madrid, Tokyo, Dhaka, Bishkek, Almaty, Riyadh and Daman under the Vande Bharat mission. CPI Manipur State Council in a press release appealed to families of those who have tested negative for COVID-19 to continue taking safety measures. The party urged the government to open Ima market and temporary markets on a rotational basis to stop affecting the livelihood market vendors amid the pandemic. Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on S. Tikendra becoming the new president of BJP Manipur Pradesh. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
You are watching Impact TV. Engaging, empowering, and impacting lives.
Bisleri at your doorstep delivery service. Bisleri drinking water with 10-step quality process. Ozonization for purity with contactless production and packaging. For order related queries, please contact 8787-567-518 or 690-9357-842. The terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Evening News. National President of Bharatiya Janata Party, Jagat Prakash Nadda, has appointed S. Tikendra as the new president of BJP Manipur Pradesh. The appointment order signed by BJP National Secretary Arun Singh was released today. BJP workers felicitated the newly appointed party president at the BJP office in Nitaipat Chutek. Speaking exclusively to Impact News, the newly appointed BJP Manipur Pradesh President S. Tikendra, who will hold the post for 3 years term, said his first task is to instill discipline among the party members and to strengthen the party. He assured to uphold the party ideology and serve the public. It may be mentioned that many eminent party members had eyed for the coveted post.
Party manung sa discipline maintain tauna ba yam kan hona gani aduga lairiba party gi worker khuding mak moi punung dai khoi si party nati have a sense of alienation so phawhan dan na hona gani people ki interest ai koi sagat ki bai khoi foundation se integral humanism da aduga nationalism da national integration de yumpa moipa adu puna makse khoi commitment manga makse thabak ton on thok tana madu gi aseng ba taste ma people da pihan na ba adu puna maksi yaw honrai khoi marakta adi thajan da ba maga tawno puna makse loina torga just anova call it start a new good beginning ani porgi prajal gan tale ba khada puna mak loina pai khat padna khoi priority hoigani.
Imphale's police team has arrested 3 miscreants who allegedly forged the signature of Chief Minister Nongthombam Birane in 2 UO letters for consideration of some individuals during selection of Janim staff. The accused are 47-year-old Nongthombam Ibomcha from the Paurabi Mayai Lekai, 66-year-old Ninghui Kaishing from the Bungpa Kuno village, and 48-year-old KH Dijend from the Sambaram Mayai Lekai. Speaking to media at the office of SP Imphal East today, SP Jogesh Chandra Haubijam, IPS, said that 3 individuals forced the signature of Chief Minister Nongthombam Birane in 2 UO letters for the appointment of 11 staff addressed to Janim's director, Professor T.H. Bhimo. He said police acted on the complaint filed by Professor T.H. Bhimo about the UO letters to Porampar Police Station on the 29th of May and arrested the 3 miscreants yesterday. All of them were produced before CJM Imphal East. They have been remanded into 3 days of police custody. The Imphal East SP said investigations are underway to arrest others involved in the incident.
Soy signature tharaga tawba thabak sigi tapsaba investigation dum tawraga makhoi phangom thokpa IPC section mayam sigi leiriba si chapchana attract tawraga khoi gi makha tana loinamak district police na lep tan thijangani haibase mayam na thamjage kanagumana sigumbagi thabak hapa khotpagi daily wages da nurse hapkani na adugumba tawba leiragadi madu munna verify tawbiyo etenen hapkani adu hapkani thaba hapkani na mayam da lan hairaga sigumbagi wanong kunom tawbagi podama tawpa leiragadi matam chana khoi police ta pau bibiyo hai pisim ta thamjage sigumba ranba tawba miyoi kayama ꯀꯣꯏꯆꯠ ꯆꯠꯂꯒ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯒꯠꯂꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯇꯥꯕ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯝꯇ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯊꯝꯖꯒꯦ. Thank you.
IPAC in a press release demands private companies not to deduct EPF contribution from their employees for March to May and to refund any deducted amount in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic. IPAC also tells microfinancing groups to stop their daily, weekly or monthly money collection till August. It further asked money lenders to reduce interest to 2% for service holders and 1.5% for pensioners for April to August. The press release tells Bandhan Bank Limited to stop collecting money from their debtors with threats. Last night's incessant rain has flooded many localities in Imphal city. People are facing inconveniences as many streets in the greater Imphal areas like Kaishamthong, Sagolband and the Singjamai constituencies have been flooded. The water levels of Waishild Maril has risen and overflowed at various places of Imphal city. Last night's incessant rain has caused landslide at various places along National Highway number 37 Imphal Giri Road. Heavy landslide occurred near Barak Bridge at around 5 a.m. today. Many areas in the Kongsang to Tamalong, including Lumding, Haflong and Oinamlong, have also been affected. No casualty has been reported so far. Varatia Infra Project Limited, a contractor under National Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation, and local youths are clearing the road by using heavy machineries. There is a high chance that the debris will be cleared today itself. Works Minister Thongamd Vishwarjit's spouse Thongamd Ongbi Junrewund today laid the foundation stone for the construction of a home named Palem Pantho Sangai for destitute women at Yaripok Top the Pukri Achoba Mapal in Imphal East District today. Junrewund will bear all necessary expenses for the construction of the home to be run by Women Against Crime Manipur. Speaking to media, Junrewund assured that the destitute home will be completed within a year and inmates of the home will be provided skilled training to make them self-reliant. Speaking on the sideline, the Secretary of Women Against Crime Manipur, A. Rovita, said WAC has been endeavoring to open a home for destitute women for the last 10 years. She appeals to destitute women to contact Women Against Crimes and seek shelter at the home. Members of local clubs of Yaidipok, Maya Paibi groups and various organizations attended the event.
Si sangsi saba loiraba matamda sida laigedaba khoi nupi mayam sigi oina su aina training amamam piraga moi the training program piraga moi gi sinpham amamam gasu loina na piraga moi gi punsigi oina hinghoba yaba adugumba masu ai sinjage na ai ai wakhallon da su lepchai aduga adumak su ai tawba ngamba oizage na mayam gi famangol ni jag si sang saba.
3 more states, Odisha, Sikkim and Mizoram, have been included in One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. Consumer Affairs Minister Ram Vilas Paswan announced the inclusion of these states in the scheme on integrated management of public distribution systems. Under this system, nationwide portability of the benefits under National Food Security Act through One Nation, One Ration Card plan is implemented to enable the NAPSA ration card holders to lift their entitled quota of subsidized food grains from any e-post enabled fair price soap of their choice anywhere in the country by using the existing and same ration card after Aadhaar authentication. The facilities is enabled in 17 states and union territories so far. By August of 2020, Uttarakhand, Nagaland and Manipur will also be added to the national cluster. All states will be added to the scheme by 31st of March of 2021. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. 3 recovered from COVID-19 at Jennings, while the 3 test positive for COVID-19 at VRDL bins. Confirmed cases reach 86, active cases 72. India reports 8,535 COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 5,598. National President of Bharatiya Janata Party, Jagat Prakash Nadda, appoints S.T. Kendra as the new President of BJP, Manipur Pradesh. And Infal East Police nabs 3 miscreants for forging Chief Minister's signature in UO letters for staff selection in Jennings. Well, thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Manung Hutna. In the meantime, for more news and updates, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Until then, have a great evening and stay safe.